It was racist. You see, it was racist not to immediately offer her a tenured position, but to consider it and then offer her the tenured position. Okay, Hannah-Jones saying that there's a fundamental attack on free speech while she runs around the country being handed awards, money. It's hysterically funny. This is the beautiful thing about the crew that believes that America is such a terrible place that is replete with racism and bigotry, is nothing is ever enough. Like literally nothing is ever enough. Perfect story on this today. And I do say I have to love it. So University of North Carolina, you'll recall, offered the prevaricator, professional liar and prevaricator, Nikole Hannah-Jones, who has suggested that America is endemically and institutionally racist on every level, promoted riots during 2020, has suggested that the destruction of property does not amount to violence, has lied about America's police. They offered her tenure. Right? Remember, they offered her a tenured position at University of North Carolina based on her vast academic qualifications, which include, and also, okay, so they offered her that. Then the Board of Trustees is like, well, maybe we should think about that for a second. What if we just offered her a non-tenure track position? And everyone went nuts. How dare that? No, it's cancellation. Cancel. Blah. Okay, and then they came back and they voted 9-4 to give her tenure. Well, now, after having forced the entire University of North Carolina into submission, Nikole Hannah-Jones has now humiliated them by saying she is not going to take the tenured position. Instead, she's going to head on over to historically black college Howard University, which is also hiring Ta-Nehisi Coates. According to the Huffington Post, Hannah-Jones will become a tenured member of the faculty at the historically black university's Cathy Hughes School of Communications, made the announcement Tuesday during an interview with Gayle King on CBS This Morning. The UNC alumna will take on the role as inaugural Knight Chair in Race and Journalism and will begin her faculty role this summer. Hannah-Jones will also lead the university's newly created Center for Journalism and Democracy, which will train the next generation of black journalists in investigative and foundational journalism skills, because nothing says investigative and foundational journalism skills but like lying about American history, ignoring historians who are actually qualified, and disparaging them as white. The center will seek to work with other journalism programs at historically black colleges and universities across the country. Hannah-Jones said, quote, "We are at a critical juncture in our democracy, and yet our press does not reflect the nation it serves, and too often struggles to grasp the danger for our country as we see growing attacks on free speech and the fundamental right to vote," said Hannah-Jones saying that there's a fundamental attack on free speech while she runs around the country being handed awards, money, tenured positions. It's hysterically funny. Ta-Nehisi Coates will also join the faculty at HBCU. The roles are funded thanks to more than $20 million in financial contributions from the Knight Foundation, the MacArthur Foundation, the Ford Foundation, and an anonymous donor. Because, again, the institutions of the United States are geared toward radicalism. They are geared toward radicalism. And the institutions of the United States have been mobilized on behalf of the radical left. It's why my book, The Authoritarian Moment, is really important. Go pre-order a copy right now. Members of the faculty at the UNC Hussman School of Journalism and Media said in a statement they were, quote, "disappointed but not surprised at Hannah-Jones' decision to turn down the school's offer." They said, "We support Ms. Hannah-Jones' choice. The appalling treatment of one of our nation's most decorated journalists by her own alma mater was humiliating, inappropriate, and unjust. We will be frank. It was racist. You see, it was racist not to immediately offer her a tenured position, but to consider it and then offer her the tenured position. It was so racist that now she's slam dunking, and she's just dunking on them. Love it. You know what? Love it. Hats off. Respect. Respect, man. Spectacular." Okay, but this goes to a broader issue. Okay, the broader issue in American life right now is that it is great to be a member of the Intersectional Coalition. If you're a member of the Intersectional Coalition, you have endless power in American life. You're able to skew any narrative in your own favor. You're able to take advantage of every opportunity and to slam dunk on people who even offer you opportunities. You get to pretend to be the height of virtue while ruining all your enemies. Being a member of the Intersectional Coalition has all privilege and no fallout. You can be Gwen Berry, an obscure hammer thrower for the Olympics. And as soon as you make a face into a camera during the national anthem, you're going to get a contract with Nike, I'm sure. If you are Nikole Hannah-Jones, you can be absolute garbage at your job. And it doesn't matter. They will hand you the editorship of the New York Times and fire anybody who crosses you. And then you'll be offered a tenured university position at a major publicly funded university and turn it down. I mean, man, it's for a country that is so all-fired racist and sexist, it is unbelievable to be a member of the Intersectional Coalition taking advantage of this on an intellectual level. It really is. How's this for a title? Ben Shapiro Show subscriber destroys like button with clicks and logic. I'd watch that. Make it happen, gang.